No, I think it's a reasonable conversation. I mean, sometimes we have to be super aroused, and sometimes we really have to pay attention. Sometimes there are threats and dangers where that primitive nervous system actually works in our favor, and that's the emergency system. But you got to also realize that you only have a certain amount of energy. And if you're living in emergency mode for an extended period of time, there's no energy for growth and repair. There's no energy for long-term building projects. And so when it's needed, and you have to outrun the predator, you go.
Yeah.
You don't sit and try to make friends with the predator. We're not that good. You run, right?
Yeah.
The problem is if you keep that alarm system switched on all the time, it gets very addictive.
It's a great answer. Yeah.
It gets very addictive, right? And so I've looked at people's brain scans and watched their brain get worse in the early days and tap them on the head and say, what were you doing in there? 100% of the time, they were analyzing the problems in their life within that disturbing emotion. And if an emotion is a record of the past and they can't think greater than how they feel, they're thinking in the past, there's no solution there. Cross the river, get beyond the emotion, and you'll see possibility because you're no longer in the box of that emotional state. Now, that's so much easier said than done because you're going against thousands of years of programming of living in survival. I mean, 200 years ago, it wasn't easy being human. I mean, we're in survival all the time. I mean, famine, every disease. I mean, it was hard to be human. And so we have to lay down the very thing we used our whole life to get what we want for something greater to occur.